everyone. How's it going? Wow. What a major accomplishment. I hope you are so proud of yourself. Today is day 30, right? Some of you may have been here since day one. Some of you may skipped a few days. Maybe today is your day one. Regardless of where you are, congratulations, and really just be so stoked for yourself for being here. From the beginning of the series, and in my nature of teaching, I always encourage to just have fun, right? But the whole theme of this series was to have something to commit to, something to show up for yourself for in really any way, right? Not just your yoga practice, but just the act of coming and committing and sticking something out and learning a few things along the way. So before we get started, I just want to ask you, right, to take a moment, right? Come to a seat, right? Close your eyes. Now, looking back on this time that you've had with yourself, right? I want you to really think about what commitment feels like. If there's a feeling that you feel in your body when you hear that word, what does commitment look like? How did you commit to yourself during this time? And some of these questions too may lead to other questions that you may have for yourself. And you don't have to answer these right now necessarily. But just allow these things to simmer, to marinate. And when you're ready, go ahead and open up your eyes. So what I have for you today is just a flow that I created that I thought just felt really, really kind of intuitive and really special. I urge my students to sequence from the mat. That's how I was always taught. And to not intellectualize your practice too much. So sometimes, right, I really go off the rails with like being really heady about like alignment and movement, but today is just flow, 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 right? I allowed all my creative energy to just come out and flow to give you this special practice for this last day, right? This completion of a cycle. So when you're in your favorite practice space, right? I have my props. Props are optional. But when you're in your favorite practice space, go ahead and come. If you're not sitting on your shins already, go ahead and come up onto your shins. And I'm just going to turn sideways so it'll be a little easier to see and transition. All right. So have your arms heavy down by your sides. Come a bit more upright in the trunk. And stay long in the low back. Lift up through the sternum. And then go ahead, raise your right arm up towards the sky. And bring the bicep up towards the ear. And then find a little bit of internal rotation so the upper arm bone comes in towards the face. And then, so the palm faces out, right? And then just lower the arm down to the ground. And we're going to do the same thing with the left, right? So go ahead with that external rotation, palm facing out, lift the arm up towards the sky, bicep to the ear. And then internal rotation, sweep it down to the ground. And now we're going to take both arms, external rotation, sweep it up so the palms face each other. And then turn the arms in, palms face out, take it back down. And then turn it out, take them up. And then turn them out, take them down. Right, once more, take them up. Right, and pause here. So if your eyes are not closed, go ahead and close them. Just turn into your breath, right? Allow yourself to just follow my voice, but really be inside yourself. Right. Interlace the fingers. Right. Pull the wrists apart, flip the palms, extend through the arms. Keep the fingers interlaced, but lightly pull the hands apart. Relax the shoulders. Now pull the hands apart, right? And like you're pressing through something thick, take the hands down, right? But bring them back behind you. We're gonna interlace the hands back there. Right, so again, interlace the fingers, but then pull the wrists apart. Soften through the neck, the shoulders. And then draw the low belly in towards the spine, and start to hinge forward. Bring the belly onto the thighs, right, or that general direction. And then keep the arms reaching back, and then reach out long through the back of the neck. Right, pull the hands apart, and like you're pressing through something thick, sweep the arms forward, and then take them down to the ground. Lightly press the hands into the ground. Bring the chest into the upper back, so the upper back starts to round, right? And then drag the fingers in towards the legs so you come up off the ground a little, right? We're really round at this point. Think cat pose. And then take the upper back in towards the chest, right? Extend through the arms. Get a little closer to the legs. Right, so we're taking essentially a version of cat-cow, right? And then bring it back in for that cat shape. You can go a little higher this time. And then exhale, reverse. Right. Come to more of that concave back. And then come into a cat-like shape. Right, fingers can come even closer to the legs. You're a bit more upright. And then press the hands away. Pull the chest through the arms. Get a little closer to the legs. So now you're in a child's pose. Take a few deep breaths here. Take the hands down by your knees. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees. Right, come up to a toe stand. Extend through the backs of the legs. Right, fold forward. Widen the legs. Take them as wide as you like. And then grab opposite elbows. Just focus all of your attention on your breath, right? As sensations arise, as thoughts drift, just redirect everything back to your breathing. Straighten the arms, switch the crossing. Release the arms to the ground. All right, go ahead and bend the right knee, right? And then twist the trunk open to the left. You can keep the hands down on blocks. If it feels more comfortable, experiment, take the arm up, whatever feels good to you. Right, so right knee is bent, left leg is straight. Trunk is facing to the left. And then straighten the right leg, come back to center. Bend through the left knee. Right, take the trunk over to the right. Straighten the left leg, come back to center. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Shake the head. Take any other intuitive movements that feel good to you here. Start to find some stillness. All right, bend through the knees. All right, shift your weight onto your right foot. Sweep that left leg back. Keep the standing leg bent. So we're going to keep the hips in a more neutral position for now, or a more closed position. And then go ahead and externally rotate that back leg. You open up the hips a bit. You can extend through the standing leg. Think Ardha Chandrasana. And then close the hips. Right, even them out. And then bend deeply through that standing leg. We're going to come into Gomukhasana legs, right? So we're going to cross this left leg underneath the right, come down to sit on the floor. So knees are stacked. If you need to sit up on something, grab it. And get long through the trunk. All right, draw the low belly in towards the spine. If you can fold, then fold. But maybe sitting upright is deep enough, and that's totally fine. And then walk the hands back. All right, slightly lean forward to come onto the toes. Right, and then press down through the feet, straighten the legs. You're all crisscrossed. Right, stay bent deeply through the knees. Shift your weight back onto that right foot. Send that left leg up towards, back behind you. And then step the left foot down. Uttanasana. Bend through the knees. Right. Take that right leg back. First, think Warrior 3. Right, then think Ardha Chandrasana. And then bend deeply through the standing leg. Right, bring that right leg back behind the left. You're going to come down onto the ground for Gomukhasana legs. Right, so we're in a seated position now. All twisted up and tangled, but with intention. Right, lengthen through the trunk. If you have the option to fold forward, go for it. Walk the hands back, sit yourself up if you're folded, right? Lean slightly forward, come onto the toes. Right, press down through the feet, stand yourself up. And so now you're in this like twisted Uttanasana. Stay bent through both legs, shift your weight onto the left leg, sweep that right leg back. And then step the right foot down to meet the left. Uttanasana. Walk your hands to the center of your mat. And come into this shortened down dog. And then walk the feet to meet the hands. Turn and face the long edge of your mat. And then start to step your feet wide. We're going to come into Prasarita Padottanasana. So press down through the outer edges of the feet. Lift through that inner line. And then fold forward. You can bring a block under the head. You can take the head to the ground. But wherever you are, start to walk the hands back towards the feet. Relax in the shoulders and the neck. Back onto your hands, into that flat back. Walk the feet in a few inches, right? You'll probably have to just kind of check in and readjust when we come upright. Take your hands to your hips, right? Pull yourself up. Bring the heels in, toes out, any amount that you need. Right? And this is where I was saying you may need to adjust your width or the length of your legs, your stance. All right, so we're in this goddess shape, right? And just take a few moments to sway, take any intuitive movements that you need here, but think of the pelvis staying upright, right? So that middle buttocks presses slightly forward. And then start to find stillness and center. So we're gonna make circles here. Right, where we're actually compressing through the legs and extending, right, shifting weight from the front of the foot to the back of the foot. Right, so first we're going to go to the right, right, so shift from left to right and then extend through the legs, right, start to stand yourself up and then switch the weight, bend through the left knee, right, and then compress through the legs and then shift the weight over, right, so left leg straighten, right knee bends. Left knee bends, right leg straightens. And then we're going to go reverse the opposite way. Can't talk. And then come back to center. Right, pause here. Take a deep breath in, followed by a deep breath out. Press out through the heels, straighten the legs. Pause. Parallel the feet. Fold forward. Walk the feet back together. Take your time. Squat down, come back onto your toes. If you need to, for your space's sake, you can turn and face the front of your mat and then come down onto your seat. Bring the soles of the feet together. You can have the legs as far up or as close to the body as possible, as you'd like. Right, use your hands to walk yourself down and come onto your back. Allow the legs to heavy. Take the arms overhead. Grab onto opposite elbows. Switch the crossing of the arms. Straighten the arms, take them down by your sides. Right, bring the legs together. Plant the feet on the floor. Step the feet in if you need. We're going to come into a bridge. Right, so find a neutral pelvis. Press the upper arms into the ground. Lift the hips. Press the back body into the front body. Now slide onto your right side. Take that left arm underneath of you. Slide onto the left. Take the right arm underneath of you. Interlace the fingers. Right? Pull the wrists apart. Press down through the upper arms. Press the middle buttocks forward. Pull the hands apart. Press the palms into the mat. And then slowly lower, shift the weight from the upper back all the way down to the sacrum. Pause when you land. Draw the knees into the chest. Place your hands on your legs. And just allow the weight of your arms to sink into your legs and the legs to sink in towards the body. Reconnect with your breath. Step the feet down. Take your hands onto your belly. Straighten the right leg. Straighten the left leg. Allow everything to heavy roll out. Check in with the chest to make sure you feel uplifted. That you're not sagging there. Come back to the beginning of class. Right, feel into your body of where that commitment lies. Any other feelings or sensations that may arise, try to match those with your breath. Right, so you all just become one. If you can stay here and rest a little while longer, then please do. If you need to come up with me, bend your knees. Roll onto your side. Use your arm as a pillow. Press your hand into the ground. Sit yourself up. And go ahead and open up your eyes. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. I want to hear all about what this experience has been like for you in these past 30 days. Post about it. Hit me up. Seriously, don't feel shy. A lot of people hit me up and I love to hear back from you guys. So it means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Be proud of yourself. Now go have a dance party and enjoy the rest of your day.